Welcome to another edition of the Above the Bridge podcast. I'm your host, Thaddeus. Shout out to our sponsors. First off, we have Defend Hawaii. If you go on their website, defendhawaii.com, figure out what you want, check out all the clothes and hats and accessories they have. Upon checkout, use promo code ATBPOD and you'll receive 15% off your entire purchase order, defendhawaii.com. Next, we have iRep Detail Supply. If you go to irepdetailsupply.com, it has a whole bunch of things you need to wash your car, detail it, make it all nice and clean. Go to detailsupplyhawaii.com. Upon checkout, use promo code ATBPOD and you'll receive 15% off your entire purchase order. Last, we have Hawaii Candy Factory. If you go to hawaiicandyfactory.com, check out what they have. They have a whole bunch of lihimui gummies. They have candies and all kind of snacks. Use promo code ATBPOD upon checkout and you'll receive 10% off your entire purchase order. All right. So this week, my guest is from Hawaii, currently living in Las Vegas. She's a comedian and a personal trainer. It's Kitty Pineapple. What's up?
Aloha.
How are you? How have you been liking living in Vegas?
I've been loving it actually, except for right now because it's just started getting hot. It's like 98 degrees and my AC just went down yesterday. So my gosh. So I'm dealing with it. But other than that, I feel like Vegas has really grown on me. I'm really grateful for being here because I got to do a lot of the things I've always wanted to do in life, and I'm doing it.
Oh, that's cool. How long have you been in Vegas?
I moved here in 2012.
Oh, you've been there for a while then.
Yeah, like 10 years.
Oh, okay. So how often do you come back to Hawaii?
I try to come back at least once a year, but that's kind of slowed down a little bit. But I just came back in May, late May, because I had my daughter was graduating, and since she was graduating, I was like, I figured might as well put on a show. So I put on 2 shows, and that was fun too.
Oh, nice. Where were they at?
The first show was at Takiera El Rancho in Kamakana Ali'i.
Oh, okay.
That was a Thursday night. We sold out after like 5 days of announcing it. And then, so we put on a second show at the Bourbon Room on Alakea.
Yeah.
And then that one sold out. And then we couldn't put on a third show because my daughter was graduating the next day. So that was it.
Okay, cool. So where did you grow up? You grew up in Oahu.
Yeah, I grew up in Oahu, mostly in Ewa Beach, because that's where I live. Yeah. But I went to school most of my life in Kalihi, which was at St. John the Baptist. And then I went to Damien.
Yep, so did I.
Yeah.
How was going Damien? Was it crazy? Like for me, it was different. I mean, I went Catholic school, but then Damien was interesting. Never had girls or what have you, but yeah. How did you like going to Damien?
It was all right. You know, I was always like the shy, quiet type.
Oh, okay.
And, but I always wish there was girls, and you know, like I think someone famous in the past said, "Be the change you want to see in the world." So here I am.
Well, we could have in Damien. I mean, my life at Damien, I was always in the dean's office. Who was your guys' dean? Coach China. Yep, Coach China.
Yeah. I
had my own seat in his office. He would just be smoking his cigars and scolding me every day.
Yeah.
Coach China.
I must have kept warm after you.
Yeah. So what, when you were at Damien, did you play any sports or anything?
Yeah, I was a wrestler.
Oh, Damien had wrestling. I was there, we didn't have wrestling.
Yeah, it was kind of new. And I wrestled like my first year or two. And then And at the same time, I was like dancing for Hyper Squad. You remember them, Hyper
Oh,
Squad?
yeah.
Yeah. And then, I was just dancing for Hyper Squad, and the cheerleading coach heard that I was a dancer, and she was like, "Hey, come dance with us. You don't have to do the cheers. You don't have to do all that." I was like, "Okay, good." Because I didn't want to do it. She's like, and because, all boys school, everybody gonna make fun of me. Uh, but they made me do the cheers anyway. So I was like,
Yeah, Damien, yeah, it was interesting. I mean, for you it must have been kind of fun. I mean, you were a cheerleader at Damien and wrestle.
yeah. I was a day, yeah. Short-lived career as a cheerleader, but yeah.
That's kind of cool. And let's see. So you became I mean, obviously you're in shape, you're a personal trainer. When did you start training in weights and stuff like that?
I remember officially when I started training, this is actually in the 8th grade.
Oh,
Yeah. What happened was, I don't know if you had May Day back in the day for you.
mm-hmm.
Like the May Day program at St. John the Baptist, we all had to do like one hula dance for the whole school. So my classmates was on the side saying, "Hey, we go get ripped. We go do all kind of push-ups, chest presses, whatever." And I was listening to that. I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna do that too." May Day program comes, May Day comes, and then we all take off our shirts. I look over there at them. I look at me. I was like, "You fuckers!" I was the only one that did it. Set me up.
You're the only one that was ripped.
Yeah, I was 12 years old with pecs and biceps. I'm not supposed to look like that.
At least you took it serious.
I did.
Did you ever work out at Damien? Because when I was there, the weight room they had was like, they had like 145-pound plate. The pulley was like, you only had to do the bottom one because it was holding up the rest because they was all cracked down the middle. Damien's weight room was horrible. I don't know how it was when you was there.
Yeah, actually, I don't think we even had that much advanced technology when I was there. We had actually like 3 Samoans, and whichever one you felt like you could lift up, you pick that one. So
sounds about right.
No, we had some pretty good weights. Still kind of like, it was old looking at the time, but it did the job.
Was at the top by the in the gym?
Yeah, in the gym.
Yeah,
there.
Nah. Oh, that's cool. So how did you become a personal trainer? Did you ever compete or anything?
I did compete. Yeah, I was it was 2015 when I decided I wanted to try bodybuilding competition. So I did as much as I could on my own, and then I hired a coach, and my coach took me the rest of the way to my first competition, and I was in the top 5 of men's physique.
Oh, wow.
And that was pretty good. I was like, "Oh shit, this is pretty awesome!" Like you get a medal if you're in the top 5. So after that, I was so captivated by the idea of being able to transform your body from one look to a different look. So I kept trying to mold myself into the perfect physique, and then I went, and at the same time I was doing comedy still, yeah. Okay. But I found that when you're getting ready for a competition, nothing is funny.
We dieting and everything. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah, you're depleted, you're exhausted, and you don't like laugh.
I wouldn't even know how to balance those two things.
Yeah, you cannot.
So what was it, like the local tournaments like Stingray and what's the other one? I forget what. Like
over there, yeah. There's the Stingray and the Paradise Cup, but I competed over here, Las Vegas Classic. That was.
Oh wow.
So I did that like 4 or 5 years in a row. I must have done like 8 competitions in my life, and that's like over thousands of dollars. per
Oh
competition.
yeah, those things aren't cheap, huh?
Yeah, yeah, because you're paying for your coach, you're paying for um your trunks, your food, your registration, your tanning. And bro, can I talk about the tanning?
Oh yeah.
Nobody ever warns you about the tanning portion. I think I talk about this in my act, but the tanning, brother. Okay, this was my first time competing, and I walk in. I'm competing as a male. I walk in, I look around. There's tents all around me, and this one lady walks up to me. She's like, "Sir, would you like a sock?" And I look at my feet, and I was like, "No, I'm good." And she's like, "Okay, then strip down." I was like, "Oh shit, that's why it's a sock." And then she started putting lotion on my fingernails and on my toenails so that the tan doesn't stain my nails. And when she's doing my toenails, she's down there. I don't know if you see what's happening in your mind's eye. I'm not wearing a sock, okay? And then she asked me, "Do you have any questions?" I'm like, "Can I get a fucking sock, please?" And then 2 tents down down from me, 2 tents, there's a black guy, 2 tents away from me. And I looked, I was like, "Oh, bruh." 2 things came to mind. I was like, one, that is a big sock. And two, why is he tanning? Like, why? You're there.
Yeah, you can just go, huh? That's funny. So what? They just spray you down like head to toe.
Yeah, they spray you. Sometimes you end up looking orange. Sometimes you end up looking black. I ended up looking black. I was all black except for down there. I was like, "Oh, you fuck up. Can you fix that too?"
So what do they how long does the tanning last? Like it just kind of wears off over time, or you're good to go for a couple months?
Oh no, it'll most of it washes off your first time washing, but
Oh, okay, yeah.
stays a little bit for maybe like 3 or 4 days. But yeah, for the most part, you stay pretty tan.
So I guess you're a personal trainer now. Are you personally training people who's competing, or just kind of people just trying to get in shape and stuff like that?
Well, I've recently, ever since my comedy booking started to increase, I had to let go of my hands-on training clients.
Okay.
Because, it's not fair to them that I'm not in the state because I'm performing, and they don't have their coach. So I do online coaching. I have an app that I give my clients. They follow the exercise. If they don't know what the exercise is, there's a video that shows them what the exercise does. And then I give them their food program. All they do is check in with me every week, and I take a look like, "Okay, good job. Okay, bye."
Oh, that's a good deal. But so they're competitors or people that's about to be eventually competitors?
Right now, they're just lifestyle clients. They're just trying to lose weight.
Okay.
Moms that are trying to get back to their former shape. That's who I really want to train now. Like, the competitors are really needy.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you gotta like dial in on their needs, because they're like, "Coach, I'm hungry. Can I eat this? Can I eat that? What about this?" I'm like, "Fuck, I said no."
Well, at least you know what they're going through, but at least they cannot complain to you like you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. All right, so starting to get into your comedy, I want to know how that even started. Well, you was on Class Clown at Damien. You said you're kind of quiet, so to go on stage and do comedy, how did that even start?
Yeah, like I said, like you mentioned, I was the quiet type. I was still quiet when I went to Damien. But to those that really knew me, And when I did open my mouth, something funny would come out. So I never really thought about comedy during that time. Hell, even I didn't start comedy till I was 21 years old. But that only happened because I was in one of those what is those meetings, MLM meetings?
What is that?
Multi-level marketing.
Oh, okay. I've been to those.
Yeah, I went to one of those meetings. I signed up only because the speaker was captivating. He gave his speech really well. I was like, I want to learn to do that. He was funny too. I was like, oh, I want to learn that. So I did the motions. I got my customers, whatever. Got the bonuses, but I didn't care about the money. I was like, I just want to learn how to talk like this guy. So I did what I had to do to become a leader, and then I became a leader and learned to speak. Finally, when it was time for me to speak, my speeches or my introductions of the next speaker was freaking hilarious. And that's all I wanted to do. And I was like, you know what? I think I just want to skip the whole business part and just go straight into the laughs. So yeah, I was like, I got fired from a job once.
Okay.
But he knew that I was a funny person, and I had this, and he was like, maybe one day you're going to be this drag queen comedian. I was like, whoa, why would you say drag? At the time, I wasn't even thinking of that. I was like a regular guy. And then like fast forward to today, I was like, oh, that fucker.
He's right. He's a fucking prophet.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it worked out. So how did you start like going open mics? Like Hawaii's not really a good breeding ground for comedy per se. It's kind of not a big market. It's getting better now. It's getting kind of better now, but I guess back then it wasn't kind of predominantly like popular, right? Would have bunch of local guys doing open mics.
Yeah. When I started, that was December. I went to my first open mic December 1st, 2005.
Where was it at?
It was at Sharky's Comedy Club in Panama Hatties in Aiea.
Okay.
You know where's that? Dixie Grill.
Yeah. I know exactly where that is.
And I just went there to observe, and I saw all the open mic comedians doing their thing, some killing, some bombing, and I was like, I can do that, because he bombed. And then the following week, that's when I finally got on stage. I did my set, and totally bombed. But after I got off stage, I watched the video, and I was like, oh wow, I gotta get good at this. The following week I came back, and then, it's a contest every week so you can get on the main show. The following week I came back, I fine-tuned my 5-minute set. You only got 5 minutes.
Okay.
And destroyed. So I made it to the main show that following week, and I was like, all right, this is what I want to do. And I got to tell you, like, when you get that boost, that ego boost at first, you feel like you're a newbie. You feel like you can do anything. You can perform anywhere. 6 months in, somebody books me to do a corporate gig, Big Island, for 45 minutes.
Oh,
I'm 6 months new as a comedian, and I'm taking a corporate gig. You got to be clean, and you got to be funny for 45 minutes. I had 5 minutes of dick jokes.
It's been a good 5 minutes.
It was not. It was good for 5 minutes for that club. But for the corporate event, bruh, after 3 minutes, I saw the booker in the back doing this.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't even get to finish the whole 45 minutes, thank goodness.
But you still got paid.
I got paid, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's
the money. but I got paid, and then like I got so drunk that night because I felt like shit. And then the following morning, I was supposed to get a ride to the airport. Guess who had to take me back to the airport?
The guy who booked you.
Yeah, it was the quietest ride.
So see you later.
Yeah. Yeah, it was so nice when they first met me.
Oh yeah. That's kind of crazy. I mean, I'm always a fan of comedy, and I always wonder how people got started doing it and how much balls it takes to get up there and actually do your set. And I mean, you're putting yourself out there, and what you think could be funny might not make the room funny, and then you have to adapt. And I don't know. I listen to a bunch of comedians that do a podcast, and they always talk about bombing and stuff like that. Sounds like a super hard gig. It's not a easy job to do.
No, it can be detrimental to your mental health if you bomb. You know, I mean, even on the other side too. Like when you really destroy, when you're really killing, like you cannot sleep that night. You cannot think of anything else but reliving that moment. But on the flip side, when you bomb, you cannot think of anything else but that moment when you bomb, and you keep reliving it anyway. So you know, it's tough when you bomb.
So you've been doing comedy for a lot of years then?
Like 17 years now. Yeah.
All right. I mean, I see your videos and I watch your clips, and like you have me laughing, and I definitely like, that's why I reached out, because I was like, oh, I gotta get this person on the show because this person has a unique style of comedy I've never seen. And like, you are confident as hell. Like, you go up there and from what I've seen, it's like you captured a whole audience and they're either scared and laughing of you because you're yoked. Like, you look like you could hurt somebody if they don't laugh.
I've heard that.
You have a lot of humor that's kind of local based, right? You talk pidgin, and how does that transcend to a mainland audience?
I mean, they get most of what I'm saying, but like, and it really, and a lot of times the accent, it depends on what I'm drinking that night. Really does.
So how does that work? Tequila is what? Mocahantes.
No, it's the kind, tequila, but not just tequila. It's Heineken. If I have a Heineken in my hand, the mocha comes out.
The Eva Beach come out.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about green bottles, but it reminds me of
sounds right.
Yeah, so that happens. But then if I'm sober, for the most part, I kind of scan my audience. I know who my audience is. If they understand pidgin, if I know they understand pidgin, I will just be me.
Yeah.
If not, then I will speak to them in the language they understand, which is this. I sound like a valley girl. How's everyone doing tonight? Very good. Okay, good. You know?
Starbucks girl. Huh?
Yeah, and yeah.
So how does being on stage, you interact with the audience? Like, I always want to know, like, how do you handle like heckling? Like, people heckle you or whatnot? Like,
I used to get heckled, but ever since my arms started showing, they stopped doing that. I don't know what it is.
You got big arms.
But for the most part, they don't heckle me, but I do love talking to the crowd. And for the most part, if they like me and I can tell they like me, then they'll talk back.
Yeah.
So like the when I did that show in Taquera El Rancho, it was an intimate crowd. They were right in front of me, and they were ready to laugh. So I knew I could talk to them.
Oh, and that's good.
When I did, I mean, you've seen the videos. I had fun.
That's good. And I mean, I guess that's what it's about. Did you have a lot of family come in and watch your show?
No.
It was just people. How did people know about it? It was just off internet.
Yeah, it was all that first night was all TikTok and Instagram people.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because okay, what happened before that show? Like 3 weeks before that show happened, in nobody knew who the hell I was. Like, I was just posting videos on TikTok, and like they slowly started getting like views and stuff like that. But that one video about Hawaii traffic or traffic in Hawaii,
That's how I've seen it.
when that went up, everything else went up. My followers went up. Even Instagram started to go up, and that's when so when I tested it out, I was like, hey, I'm going to do a show. And when I put the tickets out, people started buying. It was like within 5 days, it sold out. I was like, wow, I love TikTok.
That's kind of cool. So do you edit your own videos and stuff?
I do. I went to film school here in Las Vegas.
Oh, wow. What do you use?
I use Adobe Premiere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was trained on Avid, but Premiere is easier.
I just recently started using Final Cut Pro.
Oh, yeah.
Premiere is what, more for Windows?
Not necessarily. I work on a Mac.
Oh, okay.
It's on both formats.
So you went to school to learn how to edit and stuff like that?
Kind of. I mean, I was already working in the industry. I just thought that I needed a degree to get jobs in the industry. I was so wrong.
Yeah.
Nobody asks for my degree when I'm
just
working.
Like show them anyway.
Yeah. It cost me 60 grand.
You better look at this. Take a picture. So what who shoots your videos? Because there's one video you running around Vegas with your rubber band on.
Oh, a lot of times I'll just put it on a small tripod. And I'll
People
just
not
run
watching you.
Yeah.
I guess so. That's the. I see people in Waikiki last weekend doing shit like that. Say, oh, you're an influencer, content. What is it? Content creator.
Content creator. That's what they call them. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good though. I mean, that must be fun. Like people randomly just watching you run around. That's commitment.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm finding though that I can do that here easier than I can do it in Hawaii, because when I went to Hawaii, by the time I got to Hawaii, they already saw my TikTok and my Instagram, so they knew who the hell I was. So everywhere I went, they're like, "Hey, you the kind?" I was like, "No."
Hey, take picture.
I'm gonna do a TikTok.
Leave me alone. You can see this new video.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. Like with social media now, it can help expand and I mean, look at Tamua, kind of got discovered. He was doing comedy for a while, but only until he started doing his funny videos, he kind of blew up, and kind of similar to what you're doing. And it's kind of starting a new trend in local comedy. And I bet next time you come back, it's going to be even bigger venues for you, hopefully.
I am planning on doing the Blue Note.
Yep.
They come back. How many nights? I don't know yet, because we were able to sell out 2 rooms when I came back. So we're going to try one night at a bigger venue. So if we can fill that up, then great.
Yep. Then next is Hawaii Theater, then Blaisdell, and then can I say Aloha Stadium, because that don't even exist.
You can get a fraction of what Tamua did.
Hey, you got that hustle. Definitely got the hustle.
Yeah. Because I was like, I was looking at Tamua like as his career growth, and I know it happened during the lockdown.
Yep.
And last year when I went to Hawaii, No, I did a show as myself as Kitty, and then nobody knew who the hell I was. And I was like, okay, next time I come back, I got to get my social media up there. And then somehow, by some miracle, it happened on accident, like 3 weeks before I get there. And then all that happens, and now here we are talking. I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
I don't think that's accident. Like, opportunity present itself, and if you're doing some, like, I always feel like consistency is the key. If you keep working towards your goal, something will eventually hit, you know what I mean? And then it could be that one moment where something hits, and then it's like, oh, that was the moment. But I'm guaranteed there's a whole shit ton of back work prior to that moment that got you to that moment to get you to that next level. Just trying to figure out what works for you, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. And all that, the back work was 14 years of being comedian David Lee.
That never worked.
It didn't work. I mean, I got far as David Lee, but like, I don't know, something happened. Like, okay, yeah, lockdown happened. That's what happened. Lockdown happened. We was all like, nobody was performing anymore. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to put on some skits. I put on some skits for like YouTube. It was me portraying 2 different characters. And one of them was Kitty. Me now. And then like, and I just kept going with it, doing all these YouTube skits and whatever. And then eventually I was like, hey, what if I gave her, what if we did stand up? Let's try to do stand up. And then started doing really well, as even better than I ever did before. I was like, what? I don't
so
get
how
it.
was that? How was that first day as Kitty going on stage? You was nervous.
Oh, it was okay. You might think I'm crazy, but I talk to my male version like it's another person.
Okay.
And he talks to me like I'm another person. So he was like, Kitty, I'm gonna let you do stand up, but if you fuck this up, you are done. So I go on stage. It's a competition. And I destroy this competition. I win. And then David turns around and says, yeah, I know what I said, Kitty, but you're still done. Because he got scared. He was like, oh, fuck that. This cannot be his life. And then he put away the Kitty act for at least 6 months, I think. And during those 6 months, like I started to, I guess, feel depressed or empty. Something was missing. And then it was me crawling out of his brain. I was like, fuck, let me out. Let me out. Finally let me out. And then we have an agreement.
What's the agreement?
I take over from this point on.
So it wasn't an agreement, it was a takeover.
Yeah. It's pretty much like, listen, you took us this far. Now let me take us farther.
So are you happy?
I gotta look around because yes.
That's
yes,
the main thing.
And the only reason why I looked around and I hesitated a little bit, because there are things in my life or people in my life that are kind of not with the whole Kitty program. And so that kind of holds me back a little bit. But I know that this is something that I need to do. I have to do, and I want to do. So, yeah, but overall, I am happy doing what I do.
That's good. That's the main thing. And more power to you. Like, that's kind of a big leap to change that way and put yourself out there on stage, and like that's commitment. And I think that's awesome. Main thing is you're happy and you're doing what you love. And honestly, that's what everybody should be doing. Because if you can't be happy with yourself, then how are you gonna be happy with other people?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If you don't love yourself, how are you gonna love other people too? So yeah.
Yeah.
And if you knew me before Kitty, you would not like me. I was an angry person. Nobody liked one. No, people people were starting to not want to be around me because I was such an angry person. And I think I was an angry person because I wasn't being true to myself. I wasn't being me. And when I finally allowed this part of me to happen, it's like a weight's been lifted off my shoulder. I was like, okay.
And it was there the whole time.
Yeah. This whole, okay. Kitty Pineapple was a radio personality in 2012. It was just a voice.
Okay.
Like I didn't have I would just call in and talk story with Kamaka Brown. I don't know if you remember him. He's a comedian from Hawaii living in San Diego now. And I would call in the radio station as Kitty, and every week we would just banter and joke around. And then after that run ended, 2018 comes around. They're like, "Hey, bring Kitty back," and I brought Kitty back. Just to try her out a little bit. And at the time, 2018, Kitty was a disaster. Yes, she was funny, but yes, she was also ugly. I'm not saying I'm beautiful now, but I'm better looking than I was in 2018. I cannot believe my friends let me out looking like that. But lockdown happened, and I was doing all these skits, and I was like, what if I made myself pretty? So being on YouTube, I would look up makeup tutorials, and then that's what taught me how to do makeup.
Oh, from YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, that must have been different, huh?
It was. I didn't know how to do makeup. Now people are asking me, "Hey, can you do my makeup?" I'm like, no.
Go on YouTube. Yeah. I had to learn. You gotta learn.
Yeah, and you've been doing this longer than me. What's your problem?
That's nuts, because you got to go actually buy it. You don't know if to buy. You don't know how to put them on. Like, that's nuts.
Yeah. And so, like, these YouTubers, I would watch them do their stuff, and I would buy what they were using.
Oh, okay. That's nuts. Yeah. I always say, like, girls, they get it weird. Like, they can paint one whole new face, and then when you take them off, they could be with somebody else. It's false advertisement. That.
Yeah. Me too. You see me now, but you see me tomorrow morning, like, oh, who are you, brother?
Whatever, beach brother. Yeah. So what? So you've created this character and became it, and that person was already inside you this whole time. And I don't know if you knew, but was it hard to let other people know?
Yeah, only because I wasn't sure where this was coming from. Like, is this the result of me having done method acting, where I really immerse myself in the character and now I can't get out? Or, like you said, has it always been there? So that's a good question. I don't know how to answer, but my cousin kind of confirmed it for me. Like, because she was like, I kind of knew this was you because you used to try on my clothes. I was like, what? I remember.
What a memory start. That's how it was too. You got the, like, back in the day, I got the letter from Damien, the yellow letter, when like maybe like 5 years ago, when all the Catholic schools was getting busted for molestation or something.
Oh.
Oh, I got the letter from Damien. I had to think like, oh, one of these brothers or one of the priests touch me. I could have a lawsuit. We just talking about this at the reunion. I was thinking, okay, I'm good. Nothing's popping up. Maybe I gotta take mushrooms or something, and then something will click. All them bad memories that you suppress is gone.
Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, during my time, I don't think anybody in my class was like dealt with that.
Yeah, me neither. But
Yeah.
we got a letter. Something happened.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I just had my reunion and my classmates was brought up the letter, and I was like, "Why? One of you fuckers got touched? Let me know who was brother." I don't like saying names, but some suspected brothers that was.
You had a reunion, like what was that?
I'm not gonna say numbers, but around there. Was it really one reunion? Was more like some of us went Buffalo Wild Wings and got drunk and then went bar hopping.
All right, on.
Yeah, it was cool though. I haven't seen those guys in a long time, and it was cool to know that I still get all my hair and most of them never.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good fun. It was good fun though. It was cool talking about old school days.
Oh wow.
Oh, can't wait till your reunion. You're gonna trip everybody out.
I'm pretty sure they all already know because of social media. But you know what? I never even had my reunion at all. Not 1 5, not 1 10, 15, or 20.
Yeah,
Because
us
our
too.
class president was MIA. I was like, oh, okay, whatever.
Us too. It was just a random classmate went on Facebook and got us all together. Wasn't like one formal reunion or nothing. It was cool though. It was super cool.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice if maybe Damien just had like just one event and brought back. And if you wanted to go, you had to be alumni. That'd be cool.
That would be cool. They used to have the luau back in the day, and then Frank De Lima. I don't know. Frank De Lima would come and do his bits.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Was he was Damien, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He used to practice at lunch. He would come our lunch and he would go on the podium and do a little bit of his bit, see if it worked.
Yeah.
Wow. It's kind of cool. So comedy now, since the pandemic, you were totally shut down.
Yeah, for the most part, we were shut down for at least 6-7 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was some bars that were low key still putting on shows, and that's the ones I did.
Oh, okay.
We couldn't stay away.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So your act now is what, 40 minutes, 45 minutes?
I know that there's at least 45 to an hour, but I haven't had the opportunities to perform for that long. Like if I look at all my jokes and put them all and I said them all in a row, it would come out to 45 minutes to an hour. But having to memorize that and being able to do that over and over, I haven't had that chance yet.
Oh.
Until Thursday, I'm doing a 30-minute set in Utah. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Utah. Get a local following in Utah, right? There's some local people that live there.
Yeah, but they're not there for me. They're gonna be there for it's a Jack Mormon city, meaning these are Mormons, but they don't do all the things Mormons should do.
Oh, wait, Mormons don't drink, huh?
These do.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you cannot go in comedy club without drinking. That's boring. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We'll see if they can laugh at someone like me.
Hey, you can shake them up, man.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool, though. I mean, it's definitely you have a different challenge compared to most comedians because, like, you're putting yourself out there and they gotta relate to you, and that's kind of crazy. Like you gotta I guess find a connection with them.
Yeah, and I kind of like put it this way for them if they're not sure how this works. I like, okay, like this whole thing started. Okay, how would I? Okay, it's kind of like having a girlfriend that you didn't know uh, was your girlfriend yet. Like one
I
day
had one of those.
you know,
Yeah.
you invite her over, she leaves a toothbrush.
Yup.
The next day, she leaves some clothes.
The shoes. Yeah.
Couple of weeks, months later, you're wondering why the hell am I moving out of my own home? And then for me, it started with the red hair. You know, I used to wear a wig, and then I would take it off every night, and then uh, now I have red hair, and that's forever. That stays. And then I started keeping the nails on. And now I'm wondering, why the hell does my peepee have to go away from its own home? You know what I mean? I don't want to lose it. So can I say that on Olelo?
Yeah.
Sorry. Learn something.
I don't know. Want to know how? That's good.
So see, now you can relate.
Okay. uh, that could be your act right there, man. So obviously being a comic is like fun when you kill, right? So you're enjoying the process now. What is like your goals for the future doing comedy?
This year I want to this year I want to become a headliner.
Okay.
This is the year I need to force myself to be a headliner, only because of my following. I'm finding that I'm being pushed to the last spot because people come to see me, and the bookers, they don't want my crowd to leave after they
Oh,
see me in the middle of the show. Because if I go in the middle or early, they're gonna leave after they see me.
you're done, gone, and whoever's headlining is in an empty room.
Yeah. So a lot lately they've been putting me last, which, you know, it's like, all right, it's kind of an honor because you're saving the best for last, but still, it's like a lot of pressure. Now I gotta be funny, which is my job. But I
Yeah.
don't want the pressure. I want to be really funny in the middle, and then good luck if you can follow that, you know?
It makes you look better, huh? I
I'm not
just
trying to
killed
see
this
the other
room and
person.
I try follow that.
I just don't want to go last.
Yeah, yeah.
But I know eventually that's where I'm heading, and that's where I have to be. So yeah,
Yep.
at the end of the year, like plus I have these tapings that are going to be coming out soon. So
Oh, like what is it? A
like a
special?
comedy
Like
special.
oh, okay.
Like I shot one last year, still hasn't come out. Still waiting on that. But I'm shooting a Phil Am comedy special in California next weekend. So
Oh wow.
that should.
Oh, so you're expanding. You're traveling to do this stuff too now.
I am. Yeah, it's exciting. It's like, and when people call you from another state, like, hey, we want to book you, Kitty specifically. I'm like, okay.
Coming.
Yeah.
That's super awesome. Huh. So within the last like year or so, like things starting to really pick up. So how does that feel? You must be super excited.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, not even the last year. I would say May.
Oh, recently then.
Yeah, in May things really started to pick up, and then because I was sitting in my TikTok was sitting at like 3,000 followers, and then when the Hawaii traffic video blew up, it shot me up to like I'm almost at 30K now.
Oh wow.
And then my Instagram was sitting at 1.5, and now it's almost at 10K. So like as that grows and the fan base grows, now I have to really put myself in a polished act.
Yep. This is what you signed up for is happening. Like this is what you've been grooming your skills and honing all your skills for the last 10 years. Like you gotta, this is it. This is the moment.
Yeah. It's you're never prepared to be a headliner. I mean, like,
yeah, but they say that about being a parent too. I wasn't prepared when I had a daughter. You just got to do it.
Yeah, you just got to go for it.
You gotta own it. Yep. Sink or swim. Yep.
Yeah. And I've always, been the type of person to rise to the occasion. So I really got to work.
Yep. That's good.
Really got to work.
I feel like, just from talking to you and watching your stuff, like you're not afraid to work and put yourself out there, and you're gonna do what it takes to succeed, and that's why people are coming to see you.
Oh yeah, I mean, since the whole thing with TikTok and Instagram, I have been posting something every day on both platforms, trying to make it entertaining for people, because I can't keep posting my jokes.
Yeah. Then you're not gonna have nothing for doing your show.
I made that mistake.
Yeah.
I put my entire act on TikTok and Instagram, and which it did what it did to get me to where I am now. But when I went to Hawaii, it was kind of like they knew what I was gonna say. They were just watching the live version. So that's when I really had to throw in a lot of crowd work.
Oh, how's that? I always thought that must be the hardest, because that's kind of impromptu, and like some people might take it weird, or like just to work the crowd is like you can't be prepared. It's just you got to fly off the dome, and impromptu speaking, I guess.
Yeah, for the most part, and it's a lot of that. That's what drives me now. I mean, you asked me about goals. That's another one of my goals, is to get really good at doing crowd work, because when you do crowd work, you make the audience feel like they're part of the act. They're like, they're special. Like, wow, he's talking to us. He doesn't say this to anybody else. She. Yeah. Wow, I just misgendered myself. Anyway. But yeah, it's one of the goals. It's because it's like a drug. You're like, you don't know what's gonna happen, but when it hits, you're like, oh yeah, let's do it again.
That's nuts.
I don't do that. I don't do that. I'm just saying.
Obviously, because your arm is bigger than my leg. Yeah, you got me. Now I gotta go gym after this.
Great idea. I didn't do that yet.
It's late over there. What time is it? Almost midnight. Oh shit.
That's 12:23. But yeah. But yeah, that's one of the goals, just to get really good at crowd work.
Well, I'm gonna be in Vegas, I think mid-July. I'm gonna see if you got anything going on. I would love to come watch your show. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I know for sure right now I have a show on July 8th. That's a Saturday or a Friday, one of those days. If you're around there, I
think it's like the 17th to the 20 something, around there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look if you got something booked. I'll come check it out. That would be cool to see your act live for sure.
Oh yeah.
So how's it been writing new material?
It's slowed down a little bit, only because I am consistently. I'm still writing, but my focus now has gone from writing to being comfortable doing crowd work.
Oh, I see. Oh, so a lot of your act is crowd work.
A lot of it is going to be crowd work, because I have at least 30 to 45 minutes worth of material.
Okay.
But that's there if I need it. So my goal is to go into a show to just talk to the crowd. And if I feel like I'm losing them, I'll just like, all right, come here, you're in.
Oh, mean.
and then I'll go from there. I'll go into my act and go back into the crowd. And if I feel like I'm losing them, all right, you guys. And then it's like a strategy that I have.
Oh, that's cool. So I want to know what would have been like your worst moment in comedy and what would have been your best moment in comedy.
I would say my worst moment in comedy was that situation when I took
the corporate gig. Okay.
Yeah.
That thing stuck with you for a while.
Huh? Me, the whole island heard about it. All the comedians in Oahu knew. Even Andy Bumatai heard. So
that's why you moved. No.
I'm gonna go change my name, change my look. And then like I guess to answer your question about my best moment in comedy, I would say Taquiera El Rancho. That one right now is at the very top of all my shows. I mean, I performed the Hawaii Theater multiple times with Rex Navarrete. I don't know if you know him.
Okay. Yeah, I know him.
Have you ever seen him in Hawaii Theater?
I did. I have. Not at the theater. We had him at Pineapple Hut, was it? Yeah, Pineapple Hut one time.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say if you saw him at Pipeline Cafe or Hawaii Theater, then you would have seen me as a male performing because I was his opener for a few years. And then yeah, moved.
So that last gig in Hawaii was your favorite moment in comedy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What made that one so special?
That was the moment I knew that I could do crowd work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like all of this is really new to me. And like I kind of just forced me out of my comfort zone. And when you're not sure what the hell to do, you just do it. It's rewarding because you're like, oh, shut up. This is new,
That's cool. Well, plus it was here in Hawaii, so that kind of must have meant something special. You know what I mean?
Oh, totally. Yeah. I got to, talk the way I'm talking to you. It was just easy. It was like, how you? You work for a rail? Right.
Are you?
That was an easy one. I was like, oh, this is gold.
I seen. What was that?
I went up on TikTok.
Yeah, you had some funny ones. I know which one. Today, it happened to me today at the gym. The one you just posted. And I watched it at work and I was at the gym and the same shit happened to me and I was dying. Fucking bitch. Yup, I was doing the lat pulls.
Yeah.
And I've looked at it and they had the fly machine open. And I was like, okay, this is my last set. I get 5 more and I'm on it. And right when I was done, somebody sit down and I had in your head, you fucker. And I was just telling my dad that. Oh, that drives me nuts. That and these fucking guys that throw their towel on one machine and then use another machine, put their water bottle on the other machine. It's like, it's not your gym.
Yeah. And it's worse, especially when their other machine is across the gym.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, I related to that one. That was the one today. And it totally happened to me.
Cardio?
What is that?
You do cardio?
I do the Stairmaster. Yep.
You do the Stairmaster. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, wait till tomorrow's one then.
What is that?
Tomorrow's video is going to be something a lot of people can also relate to. So
okay, good.
That's going to be a fun one.
Well, we've been going for about an hour and it's been super cool talking with you. I like your story. I am definitely a fan and I definitely Want to see how far you take this career. And I definitely want to have you back on the show in a year's time and find out what goals you hit and what your new goals will be at that time. And yeah, just don't get too big time where you're not going to be on my show. You can be like Kevin Hart, and I'll be like, hey, you can come on my show. And you'll be like, who's this?
New number, who's this? New phone. No. Actually, you know, I want to thank you also for having me on. I wasn't sure. I'm always weary about these podcasts. Like, what is going on? Somebody got to tell me I have their baby or something. I don't know. And then, so, you know, thank you for, you know, and I had a good time talking. I was like, 1 hour. How is this gonna go? 1 hour? That's a long time. It's late, but you're good. You're good.
Thank you. Yeah, when's the last time you got to talk to a Kanye boy for an hour?
This would be the first.
Okay, good. But where can people find you on TikTok, Instagram, your website?
My website is kittypineapple.com. Instagram is kittypine without the apple. And TikTok is I'm Kitty Pine. Okay. Letter M, Kitty Pine.
And YouTube, you have YouTube yet, or?
And YouTube, yeah, just look up Kitty Pine.
Okay. So Kitty Pine everywhere. That's
pretty much. Except for TikTok, there's 2 extra letters, but yeah.
Oh, right on. Well, I appreciate you taking time out. I know it's late there and you just came off of a show or you had a business meeting. I appreciate you for answering my DM. I took a shot. I was a fan and wanted you to come on and you responded. So I'm very grateful. And
for sure.
Like I said, I want to see how far you take this. It's awesome. And you're a Damien grad. I always want to see success for our graduates and our alumni.
Yeah, right on. Thank you.
Right on. Well, for us, you can find us at Above the Bridge Podcast on Instagram and on our YouTube channel. atbpod.com is our website. I'm Thaddy Daddy High on Instagram. All right. Well, shakas for the cameras. Aloha. Right on. We're out. Shout out to the Artist Group Network. Aloha.